Hi classmates! Magandang araw sa inyo lahat and welcome to our new video. Our lesson for today is about binomial distribution. And these are our learning outcomes. Describe what binomial distribution, know where binomial distribution came from, find probabilities under binomial distribution, and apply binomial distribution in real life. So tara, start na tayo guys. Nakaranas na ba kayo mga classmates ng mga pangyayari na kung saan meron lang dalawang outcomes? For example, you are taking an examination. The outcome, either you will pass or fail. And then, meron tayong dead or alive, male or female, healthy or sick, win or lose. And may mga nakikita tayong questions na kung saan answerable by yes or no. At marami pa pong iba. Ang objective ng video na to is malaman natin kung anong process ang ginagamit to determine the probability of those experiments na meron lamang two outcomes with a replacement. Binomial. Sabi dito, a polynomial with two terms. Ganyan natin siya dinidescribe. For example, 3x squared minus 5. 3x squared minus 5 can be also written as 3x squared minus 5 raised to 1. And obviously, ito yung ating first term and second term. And these are the exponents. Sometimes, ang binomial ay pwede nating i-expand depende sa degree ng binomial. Start tayo sa 2. Mag-multiply lang tayo ng 3x squared minus 5 sa sarili niya 2 times. And usually, we use FOIL method. How about kapag ang degree ay 6, 10, at mas malaki pa? Makikita natin na mas mahaba ang expanded form kapag mas malaki ang degree ng binomial. Siyempre, hindi natin gagawin ng yon mano-mano dahil it takes time and effort para ma-expand natin sila. But meron tayong procedure na kung saan mas mapapadali tayong ma-expand ang mga ganitong uri ng problema. We use the concept of binomial theorem. Binomial theorem tells us how to expand expression of the form a plus b raised to n. The larger the power is, the harder it is to expand expression like this directly. But with this theorem, the process is relatively fast. And now, we will introduce this theorem with a simple binomial quantity a plus b. Now, check natin yung mga patterns na nag-o-occur muna sa exponents. At n is 0, we have a plus b raised to 0. And that is obviously equal to 1. At n is equal to 1, we have a plus b raised to 1, which is equal to a plus b. At n is 2, we have a plus b raised to 2. And it is in the form of a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. If n is 3, the expanded form is a cubed plus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared plus b cubed. And so on and so forth. From the last result, gamitin natin yon yung a plus b cubed, yung expanded form niya. We have this. Notice the pattern in the exponents of a. It is decreasing manner. That is 3, 2, 1, and 0. So, check natin. We have 3, 2, then yung a may exponent tayo na 1 dyan. And b cubed can be written as b cubed times 1. And 1 can be written as a raised to 0. So, this is another exponent. So, we have 3, 2, 1, 0. Exponent of b is increasing. That is 0, 1, 2, and 3. Again, in this form, a cubed can be written as a cubed times 1. 1 is also b raised to 0. Then, we have b raised to 1, b raised to 2, and b raised to 3. Now, check natin yung first term. Ang first term ay pwede nating isulat as a raised to 3 minus 0 times b raised to 0. Second term, a raised to 3 minus 1 times b raised to 1. Third term, a raised to 3 minus 2 times b raised to 2, b cube. Yung last term, a cube minus 3 times b raised to 3. In general, we can write this pattern as a raised to n minus k times b raised to k. At ito, yung pattern na ma-observe natin in terms of exponents. Let us move forward para naman sa patterns in terms of coefficients. Kung makikita natin, ang coefficients at n is equal to 0 is 1. Coefficients at n is equal to 1 are 1 and 1. Coefficients under n is equal to 2 are 1, 2, and 1. Para naman sa 3, we have 1, 3, 3, and 1. Or pwede natin silang isulat sa ganitong way. 1a plus b, a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, a cubed plus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared plus b cubed. So, pa-pyramid siya, kumbaga. Ngayon, i-transform natin siya sa ganitong itsura. 1, 1a, 1b, and so on, hanggang sa expansion na kung saan 3 yung degree ng binomial na a plus b. Sa ganitong way naman, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1. Ngayon, kung magtataka kayo ano yung mga susunod na values sa susunod na rows, is ang gagawin nyo lang, i-add nyo lang po yung mga numbers na magkakatabi doon sa bawat row. Let's say 1 plus 3, 4, 3 plus 3, 6, 3 plus 1, 4. And then, meron tayong nakakibat palagi sa left and right hand sides ng 1 and 1. So, meron tayong 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. Then, same process lang po kung gusto natin dagdagan ng another row sa baba. At ang tawag po dito ay ang Pascal's triangle. And here is the Pascal's triangle. And it has a deep pattern behind these numbers. The first one, sa pinakatuktok, ay pwedeng isulat as C of 0, 0 or 0 taken 0 at a time. Ang 1 sa part na to ay pwedeng isulat as 1 taken 0 at a time, 1 taken 1 at a time, 2 taken 0 at a time, 2 taken 1 at a time, 2 taken 2 at a time. And pwede natin siyang i-substitute sa mismong location ng bawat numbers na yon. And here are the other numbers. Putting it all together, we can now generate the binomial theorem. So, ito yung kanyang expression or formula. Quantity a plus b raised to n is equal to the summation of the combination of n taken k at a time multiply to a raised to n minus k times b raised to k, where k ranging from 0 to n. And tignan natin kung paano gumagana yung binomial theorem. Let us expand the quantity of a plus b cube using binomial theorem. Since n is 3, all we have to do is to substitute the value 3 to variable n. So, meron tayong c of 3, 0 or 3 taken 0 at a time times a raised to 3 minus 0 times b raised to 0. Gagawin natin yung pag-a-add hanggang makakating tayo at k equals 3. So, we have another term, the third term, and our last term. Simplify, we will obtain these terms and evaluate. We will obtain a cubed plus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared plus b cubed, which is yung nakuha natin kanina. Ang maganda sa binomial theorem, guys, kasi kaya mong expand yung mga lengthy expansions na may malalaking degree like n is 20, n is 50, and so on. Now, in this binomial theorem, kung kukuhain natin yung part na to and by letting k equals x, p equals b, and q equals a, magiging ganito yung kanyang itsura. We have n taken x at a time times p raised to x times q raised to n minus x. So, this form ay yung tinatawag nating binomial distribution. It can be thought of as simply the probability of a success or failure outcome in an experiment or survey that is repeated multiple times with replacement. So, ito yung kanyang notation. We have B of X and P, na kung saan may parameters tayo na N at P. That is equal to the expression na sinabi natin kanina, where B is the binomial probability, N is the number of times the experiment runs, X is the total number of successes, P is the probability of the success on each trial, Q is the probability of failure on each trial, and C indicates combination. The probability P and Q of success and failure remain constants from trial to trial. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Sinasabi lang dyan na once na nag-perform ka at first trial sa experiment mo, kung ano yung probability nun, yun din yung probability sa susunod trial, yun din yung magiging probability sa susunod pang mga trials. Constant siya at hindi nagbabago. Example, recall the previous experiment we had about tossing a coin 2 times. Observe sa pagtotoss ka ng coin, sa first trial mo, either pwede ka makakuha ng head or tail. Sa second trial, posibleng makakuha ka na naman either head or tail. Third trial, either head or tail. So, nauulit yung mga outcomes. On that case, meron tayong tinatawag na with replacement. No? With replacement. And ito yung keyword once na ina-apply natin yung binomial distribution. Recall, this is the tree diagram of tossing a coin 2 times. So, this is the sample space. By theorem 1, x is equal to 0. That is 1/4, yung probability. If x is 1, we have 2/4 or 1/2. And if x is 2, 1/4 ang kanyang probability. So, ilagay muna natin siya sa part na to. Yung tatlong yan. Then, we use binomial distribution. Here, n is equal to 2. Since 2 times tayo mag-flip ng coin. P is 1/2. That means, ang success category natin dito ay yung random variable natin na head. Okay? Ito yung ating interest. Ang probability na makakuha ka ng head once na nag-toss ka ng coin ay 1/2. Then, Q is 1 minus P, and that is 1 minus 1/2, which is also equal to 1/2. And the possible values of X are 0, 1, or 2. 0 means walang head na nakuha sa dalawang flip. 1 head lamang ang nakuha. And 2, we have exactly 2 heads. If X is 0, that is no head. Use the binomial distribution formula and just simply substitute the given values. We have 2 taken 0 at a time times 1/2 raised to 0 times 1/2 raised to 2 minus 0. Simplify. Itong part na to magiging 1. Then 1/2 raised to 0 is also 1. Then ito ay 1/2 raised to 2, which is 1/4. So ito yung magiging kalalabasan. And the final answer is 1/4, which is the same sa nakuha natin using theorem 1. What if x equals 1 or exactly 1 head na lumabas sa 2 trials natin ng pag-flip ng coin? By binomial distribution, substitute the given values. At this time, 2 naman ang value ng ating x. 2 taken 1 at a time times 1/2 raised to 1 times 1/2 raised to 2 minus 1. And ito yung kalalabasan niya. Simplify. We have 2 times 1/2 times 1/2. This will be cancelled. And ang final answer ay 1/2, which is also the same sa nakuha natin using theorem 1. At x equals 2, or exactly 2 heads, using binomial distribution, we have 2 taken 2 at a time times 1/2 raised to 2 times 1/2 raised to 2 minus 2. Simplify. And this expression ay magiging 1. 2 factorial divided by 2 factorial is also 1. And 1 half raised to 2 is 1/4. So, meron tayong 1 times 1/4 times 1. And that is equivalent to 1/4. And this will be the probability na makakuha tayo ng exactly 2 heads. Toss a coin at this time 3 times. Find the probability that we will get exactly 1 head using binomial distribution. And observe its probability mass function. This is the tree diagram when you toss a coin 3 times. And this is the probability mass function. Using binomial distribution, here n is 3 since we toss a coin 3 times. P is still 1/2. Sabi ko nga po, constant ang P, hindi siya mababago. Kahit na ilang trials pa ang gawin natin. If P is 1/2, Q is also 1/2. X equals 1. Let's say ang focus lang natin is makakuha tayo ng 1 head. Ano ang probability niya? By binomial distribution, simply substitute these values. We have 3 taken 1 at a time times 1/2 times 1/2 raised to 3 minus 1. Simplify and makakuha tayo ng 3 times 1/2 times 1/4. And the final answer is 3/8. Toss a coin 4 times. Construct its probability mass function. Kung makikita nyo, kapag 4 times na tayo nag-flip, lumalaki ang ating tree diagram, mas mahirap na siya i-construct. So, what if kaya kung 5 times, 6 times, 7 times? Kaya, mahalaga na malaman or i-apply ang binomial theorem para makuha natin yung probability ng mabilisan nang hindi gumagawa ng tree diagram. At this time, ito yung kanyang probability mass function. And here's the PMF of an experiment tossing a coin from 1 time to 5 times. This is the PMF para sa nag-flip ka ng coin 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, and 5 times. Kung makikita natin yung pattern sa PMF na to, ang denominators ay 2, ang denominators ay 4, 8, 16, and 32. Nakukuha yan sa pamamagitan ng multiplication rule or yung theorem to natin last time. Kung titignan naman natin yung numerator natin, kung mapapansin nyo, meron tayong 1, 1 para sa PMF na to. May 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1, at 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. Kung mapapansin nyo yung pattern na yan ay yung ating Pascal's triangle kanina. Binomial distribution plays an important role in probability, especially when a certain experiment performed a bunch of trials. That is, the value of n is too large. Halimbawa na lang, 10 times lang tayo nag-flip. Malaki na yan guys, no? Kahit 10 lang. Ano ang probability na makakuha tayo ng exactly 6 heads sa pag-toss ng coin 10 times? Using binomial distribution, here n is 10 since 10 times tayo nag-flip. P is still 1/2, that is constant. Q is also 1/2. X equals 6. Substitute those values sa ating formula at meron tayong 10 taken 6 at a time times 1/2 raised to 6 times 1/2 raised to 10 minus 6. And this is equivalent sa 210 times 1 over 64 times 1 over 16. Simplify, we have 105 over 512, or in terms of decimal, we have 0.20, 507, 8125, or that's approximately 20.5 or 20.50%. 60% of people who purchase sports cars are men. If 10 sports car owners are randomly selected, find the probability that exactly 7 are men. By binomial distribution, n is 10, p is 0.60 or 60%, q is 1 minus p, that is 0.40, x is 7. Substitute those values. We have 10 taken 7 at a time times 0.60 raised to 7 times 0.40 raised to 10 minus 7, and that will be 120 times 0.02799936 times 0.064, and the final answer is 0.21499848, or approximately 21.5% ang kanyang probability. Okay, let us give another example. Suppose na ikaw ay student and magte-take ka ng examination na kung saan meron tayong 1, 2, 3 hanggang 20 items. Okay, hanggang 20 items. And each question ay multiple choice. Meron tayong pagpipilian, either ang tamang kasagutan ay nakay A, B, C, or D. Okay. Ulitin ko, isa lamang po ang tamang sagot sa 4 na pagpipilian sa lahat ng 20 items natin. Okay. Now the question is, what is the probability of getting exactly 6 correct answers using binomial distribution? Now the values of our variables are n, which is equal to 20, since we only have 20 items, 20 times tayo magsasagot. And P is the probability of success, or probability na makakakuha ka ng tamang sagot. And out of 4 items for each question, isa lang ang tamang sagot. So that means the probability is 1/4 or 0.25%. The probability of getting incorrect answer is 3/4 or 75%. And lastly, ang value ng isang variable natin na si x ay equal sa 6. Now, using binomial distribution, substitute lang natin yung mga na-observe nating values sa problem. Then, makukuha natin itong equation na to. Now, to solve for 20 taken 6 at a time, use the definition. We have 20 factorial all over 6 factorial times 14 factorial. Expand lang natin siya, then cancel lang natin yung mga dapat na makancel na numbers. Ang matitira ay 19, 17, 8, and 15. Multiply, we will obtain 38,760. At yung 38,760 is imumultiply lang natin sa dalawang natirang terms, na kung saan si 0.25 raised to 6 at 0.75 raised to 14. And its product is 0.168609 or 16.86% ang kanyang magiging probability na makakuha lang tayo ng 6 correct answers sa pagsagot ng 20 item exams. Provided na wala siyang kaalam-alam sa bawat item ng kanyang sinasagutan or nag-guess lang siya ng tamang sagot. As a summary, ito po yung ating binomial distribution. Ito yung kanyang PDF. So, yung B, yung binomial probability. X is the random variable, yung possible value niya rather, or the number of success na nag-occur. Tapos yung N is the number of times kinakonduct yung experiment or yung number of trials. P is the probability of success. Q is the probability of failure, that is 1 minus P. And C indicates combination. We use binomial distribution sa mga experiments na kung saan may mga possible outcomes lamang na dalawa, either success or failure. And ang concept nito is about sa width replacement. Once na may outcome tayo sa first trial, isa sa mga outcome na yon ay posibleng mangyari na naman sa mga susunod na trial. Yun lang guys, kung meron kayong natutunan sa ating lesson ngayon, click like and subscribe. Maraming salamat. Thank you so much. Guys, ingat and peace.